Welcome to the Midwest Mayhem Podcast with your host Tyler and Lochie. This is where small town stories, wild headlines, and real conversations come together. We also shine a light on first responders, veterans, and on mental health. Because every voice deserves to be heard. This is the Midwest Mayhem Podcast.
Welcome to the Midwest Mayhem Podcast. I'm Tyler. This is Lochie. We're getting ready to go live with Joe Exotic here in just a little bit at 11 o'clock. We figured we'd come on here and have a couple laughs before old Joe gives us a call.
How are you this morning, by the way?
Oh, well, you know, I'm here, tired. Worked the racetrack last night. Got to see a bunch of my favorite people. I hope they watch this. Hi.
Hi. Oh, also, what happened to your eye? I was going to ask that earlier, but...
That was a pimple is what that was.
Okay. Maria didn't...
No, she didn't. I actually
like
had
what you said one evening, or...
I had a guy at work ask me that the other day. No.
I mean, if you do need it, help or whatever, I can... We don't have to let her know.
Stick up 4 fingers for help. Oh, man. Oh, so we're going to talk to old Joe about a ton today. What all do we have in store for him? The year?
Well, I think what is interesting, and I had kind of forgotten that he was in EMS.
Yeah, 30 years. He was a paramedic for 30 years.
Yes. Which I guess that's kind of like me. All of a sudden, I'm a teacher, and then, go to EMS. He was EMS and now wrangles tigers. I guess that kind of...
He was also a police chief for like 2 or 3 years, I think. And then he was the youngest police chief in Texas.
My.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
I think he said last podcast I listened to that he was in, I think he was 19, the youngest police chief in Texas. And then it was also said, don't know how true this is, but he apparently was stripping for the mayor.
I could see that.
Oh, yeah. It was something else, I tell you what. Something else. But, Crazy Joe Exotic. We've got all kinds of fun questions for him today. A huge shout out to our sponsors you can see down there below us. Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen over in Potosi, veteran-owned, supporting first responders. Great place to be. I haven't got to check it out yet. I haven't made my way to Potosi since I moved, but seems like a pretty nice place. Twins Barbecue. I love Twins. They have great food. We eat there usually once a week, or try to at least. Their birria ramen is fantastic. Sean does a fantastic job with that.
In fact, I think Sean was at Farmington this weekend with the brews and barbecue thing.
Oh, yeah.
I know yesterday he was kind of keeping everybody updated on when he was turning in his meat to the judges, but I don't know what the outcome was. But yes, that is some of the best barbecue.
Yeah, he has his pork steaks are really good from what I hear. I haven't got to try one yet. I did try his mac and cheese smash burger. That was it was messy. It was huge, but it was messy and it was really good. We've eaten there probably 6 or 7 times now.
Yeah.
We gave it a shot one day, and I never ate there. And I was like, let's give this place a shot, and we were not disappointed by any means. It was great.
And I know him moving to Bonne Terre was a big issue, and I know in the beginning, and I'm kind of disappointed in my Bonne Terre folks. They weren't as welcoming as I originally thought they would be. And not to say that he did have some competition with the restaurant was there before, but it's not the same. And I'm glad that Sean and the family, because it is completely family, workers and everything. I mean, it's awesome, his story of taking, and having this restaurant. So I'm glad that the people in Bonne Terre, and I hope that they continue to be as welcoming as it took them a little bit, but it's better.
They're getting there.
Because it is good food.
Oh, it is.
And good people.
Food. Absolutely. So, I know Homestead was a family favorite for many, many years. My grandparents like to eat there. My parents like to eat there. It was a good place to eat, but it burned, right? Isn't that what happened to it?
There was some issues. Yeah, I don't even remember because not living there anymore and going there. So
I want to say it burned.
I think it did.
I think it burned.
Just a minor fire, but still, no. You guys need to get out definitely and support Sean and the family at Twins Barbecue and Grill.
Absolutely, fantastic food. And then that'll take us over to Midwest Press over in Potosi. Great coffee shop. I've actually had their coffee before. I ran through there one morning after a fire call back when I was with Sills Fire Department, and they had great coffee. It was fantastic. I haven't had a bad coffee from there yet. I know you're I think you're part of the reason why they sponsored our episode.
I love my people at Midwest Press. Absolutely. Marky and everybody that works there. I absolutely love going in there. Um, and I don't know, it's just and definitely, I've not been in at Checkpoint yet. It just isn't, it hasn't been for my convenience yet. I
Yeah.
will, anytime I can go into a business that supports us first responders, I'm definitely going to go because we very much appreciate that. And Marky at Midwest Press, she does so much for the community, so much for kids. And it's just, I mean, I've been in there laughing. I've been in there crying. I've been in there just, I don't know. It's just a good environment to be in. And they have excellent food. If you're into the overnight oats, it's amazing. And their sandwiches, it's just a good place it's a good place to hang out.
Yeah, they got a very cozy setup in their couches, and it's almost like a scene from Friends, that coffee shop that they all go to. It's a very nice looking place. I'll give them that. They've done a great job with that.
And I love their music, and they never like look down if I start breaking out in, you know.
You're like my wife. She likes to sing and dance while we're going
They
out the
always
road.
have a wide variety of music, and I like that. So, especially on their Zach Bryan days.
Oh,
Those are good days.
there you go. We'll be in the middle of Walmart, and Maria will literally, where we're at, we can
Yeah.
get food, home section, automotive. It doesn't matter where we're at.
Yeah.
She'll dance. She'll jump around. She just does it all.
Well, music is a connection, and it's just a way to, I don't know, it can make you feel good.
Yeah, that is it. Friday.
Yeah.
Friday is my music day. I don't have to work the next day, and from the time I get up to the time I go to bed,
Yep.
I got some kind of music playing somewhere normally, unless I'm playing Xbox or doing something. But Maria, me, somebody, if we clean the house, we normally turn music on. It's a great feeling. That is for sure.
Yes.
TNT Moving Company. I talked to this gentleman the other day. He's a great guy. Tim Little, I think his last name is.
I've seen it advertised and heard good things, but
Yeah, a bunch of friends of mine, they actually recommended Tim, and they said he's a very professional mover. No matter what you need, he can get it done. We were able to get in contact with him, and he actually just moved a friend of mine, and that's how I had seen his stuff. But fantastic. I've heard nothing but good about them, and I'm very glad that they decided to give us a sponsor, and that they were able to come on here with us, and we get their logo out for them. And I do see that now that I see their logo, I see it everywhere.
Yep.
We were driving up 67 yesterday, and right there where they built that new camper storage place, there was a big banner for it up there, and I'm like, wow, you never realize how much stuff's everywhere until you're driving right past it, until you get a sponsorship and look at it when you're trying to get the stuff done.
well, and one thing too that it is so important. All four of these businesses are individually owned. It's not big corporate stuff. And, that is what's nice. You'll go into Checkpoint. I know the family that owns Checkpoint. It's the Wells family. He's part of the community, has been. Twins, Sean, Midwest Press. These are people, and it's so important to support them because they are supporting us.
Absolutely.
So I would much rather go and get a Midwest Press coffee or a Checkpoint coffee than run down to Starbucks.
Oh, me too. I want to. Matter of fact, I think they're putting in a 7-brew in Farmington, and I'd rather check these guys out than all of that.
Well, and they know it's like Cheers minus the alcohol. You walk in and it's like, oh, Lochie's here. Oh, here comes that ambulance crew. Because Midwest Press, we entertain them often. So, and I know a lot of the crew members have been in at Checkpoint Canteen. Just recently, somebody had posted that works at Washington County that the food is amazing there. So check out those local places.
Absolutely. They great places to be. I've talked to all of them, getting the sponsorship set up, and they were absolutely great to work with. I can't give them a thank you enough. During our actual podcast episode, when I get this uploaded to Spotify and Apple Podcast and YouTube and Podcast, we're actually going to play some commercials for them, get their name out there, and I'm hoping we can work with them again when we come to do some more episodes. We've got a mental health episode coming up right after we record this. We plan to record the episode number 7, mental health, with Lochie. She was able to come back and do another one with me. Episode number 3, I got a lot of good feedback on. I'm sure you probably did too, and your work. So we're going to record episode number 7, and we're going to have a good time with it. Talk about some very important talking points. September is Suicide Prevention Month, correct?
Yes.
And it is very
awareness. Yeah.
Awareness, prevention.
One and the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get that done. We're hoping you guys give that a listen. 988 suicide number, correct?
Yes.
988 if you ever need help. Suicide help is right there. 988. Just give that number a call, and there will be somebody on the other end of the line so they can get you some kind of help. So.
Well, and I just got back from a conference. It's the Missouri First Responders Health and Wellness, and it was amazing, the resources and things I got. And, one thing that, and we'll talk about it in that podcast, but, reach out to people. And I know we talked about that before, but talk to people, check on them, check on your people. And I don't know. Like I said, we'll go a little bit more deep into it, but just check on your people. 988 is that number that you can contact. I've been told that within just a couple hours, you'll get the help, hopefully, that you need. And if not, contact somebody that that works in emergency services, whether it be the hospital, the fire department, the ambulance district, because I have resources that can have a phone call within 10 minutes.
Absolutely. You can feel free to message our podcast page. Lochie and I both have access to it, so you can reach out to us. We can get you the help. I'm no longer a first responder.
You are, Tyler.
I forever will be, but I'm no longer active. Let's put it that way. I had somebody ask me the other day since I moved, you plan on joining such and such department? I was like, man, we just moved and I just got moved in. I better not ask the lifeys just yet. I better hold off. But that's another conversation for a whole nother time. That is for sure. But let's see, it's 10:42. We got about 10:43. We got 15 or so minutes before old Joe gives us a shout. I emailed him yesterday to confirm that he is going to be giving us a call. Joe Exotic from the Netflix series Tiger King, which I don't think he's a big fan of, just so you know. He didn't get any money or anything off of that, so.
Well, see, apparently that's what a lot of those do. They love to broadcast the story, but they don't want to pay you for the juicy details.
Yeah, and we'll get into it with him here when he gives us a call, but yeah, he was I've listened to about 36 different podcasts that he's done just to make sure I knew what we were getting ourselves into before I agreed to say, hey, old Joe, come on the Midwest Mayhem with us. But it's something. This guy is a very interesting feller. I myself feel that he was truly wronged. I feel that maybe he shouldn't be serving the time that he's serving for the charges that he now has. And again, we'll get into all that, but he's definitely a character. We'll go with that. I'm excited to talk to him, and I'm a little nervous. You nervous?
Because it's kind of one of those fangirl moments that any more reality stars are way more important than Hollywood stars.
Oh, absolutely.
Because even though I'm sure majority of it is scripted, but you get to see them as them, kind of like us. I kind of feel like we're famous because we do podcasts.
Yeah, we're a little. We're not. I don't think we're top tier yet. We'll get there.
But we are Bartons, and that's top tier right there.
Yeah. I had somebody. As a matter of fact, I had somebody ask me, "Is that your wife doing that podcast with you?" No. My wife is Maria. This is Lochie. She's been like my mom since I was what, 15, 14.
Well, somewhere around in there.
When I joined Bismarck when I was Bismarck Fire, we were both on Bismarck Fire Department together. I think I was on there for a year or two. And that's actually how I got to know Lochie. I spent time with her son Brett. Shout out to Brett if you're watching this, or if you listen to this, you probably won't, but whatever.
Yeah.
I got to know Lochie, and she was kind of like my fire department mom, and we spent a lot of time together and ran a lot of late night calls. And there's a couple nicknames that got brought up. We'll bring that up in another episode, I'm sure. But I'm excited. I'm glad to have Lochie here. I'm glad this actually worked out, because when I scheduled this with Joe, she was originally going to come by and record the mental health episode with me. So I thought, well, why not bring Lochie on here and we'll get her to talk to old Joe with me, so I didn't have to do it by myself. So she can kind of hold my hand while I do it.
But I am nervous, though.
Yeah, well, I think we're both nervous. I know my poor wife is. She's very glad you're my hype girl, because.
I am. We've talked about that. I've stepped in the office, and she's like, thank you for being that person. I said, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm sure after today, she will be extremely glad that this is over and it's recorded, and she doesn't have to hear about it for at least another week until I get it out and everybody talks about it then then I can be left alone for a little while. If you haven't noticed, we are wearing our Midwest Mayhem shirts. If you haven't got your shirt yet, I plan on placing another order probably in the next couple weeks or so. Shout out to Brenda over at Graphic Options of Farmington. Her and her team was able to get these shirts made for us. Fantastic job. I was very happy with how they turned out. They always do a good job. They used to do our fire department shirts. That's actually how I found out about them. Brenda's great to work with. She does a lot of the local fire departments around here. She does a lot of their shirts. I think she does Wasco English District shirts. I'm almost certain they do those.
We need a ball cap, because I need a ball cap for Jeep riding, and
I think we can. Brenda makes that. Matter of fact, I will message her today, and I will see what I can get done with hats.
Because people notice that.
Yeah, a lot of people wear hats.
And like right now, I kind of have to fluctuate back and forth. In fact, Midwest Press, Marky, if you get ball caps, I need one because I have another coffee shop I wear. But I love to wear my ball caps during the Jeep time. In fact, I wore a ball cap when I was at work that had Washington County, and I wore it all day long. I had no shame that day. But yeah, we need a ball cap that I can sport.
We can definitely get that going. I will. I think I might design a shirt for just this episode because I'm proud of it, and I will find something to put on it. I don't know what yet. I haven't got that. I've been fighting with all this ever so amazing equipment for the last 3 weeks, trying to get it to work and get moved in and all that fun stuff. But yeah, we will definitely get some hats made. I'm not much of a hat wearer, but I can always use one. I can always use a new one for the racetrack. I wear one backwards when I'm trying to look cool out there on the four-wheeler and my little flashing lights when I'm out there working on race cars. But we'll get her made up. But looks like we have 3 viewers right now. Shout out to the 3 people watching this. I know they're probably waiting for old Joe to come on. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm so nervous.
Well, and to know that this is probably weird to say, but to know he's calling us from where he is.
Yeah, from a medical
locale.
And to be fair, he's not in a prison so much. He is in a medical center. So in one of the podcasts that I heard him talk about, they ask him kind of like what his restrictions and stuff are. What can you do? What can't you do? And he said it was kind of like a college campus.
I'm sure.
They're free to roam. They're free to get on a computer. I mean, obviously they're restricted. They can only do so much. But he said he checks his emails and he does 3 or 4 podcasts a day and all that. So
and I'm gonna add this in here. I probably shouldn't put it out but I have always decided on a crime. If I commit it, it's gonna have to be in a facility like he would be in for my punishment, because I don't think I could handle that type of. I just couldn't do it. I need to, and I always say my job would either be in the kitchen or in the garden. I mean, I've got it planned out. I just have to make sure it would be in a facility like this, because I still need to be able to roam around and have a little bit of freedom.
Are we sure you should be trusted with knives or shovels? Though that's the biggest question.
Depend on the crime I, decide to commit. So.
Yeah, we won't go into that. I think that's I think you can get legally in trouble if we go into that. So we won't do that today, but maybe some other day. Maybe we'll make some archives that if something ever happens to us, they can pull up after. But let's see. We're about 10 minutes away from Joe calling in. I'm hoping he's going to call. This dude seems like the real deal. I'm emailed with him, checked all of his numbers, cross-reference. When I first brought this up, he messaged our Facebook page. I liked one of his posts, and he actually messaged us. I did reach out to him. And he's like, "You got a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure do. It's not very big, but sure." He's like, $100, and I'll do it. And I thought, well, that's a red flag. So let's check into this. So, I emailed his promo team. They sent an email back, and at the bottom, they had his inmate number and all that. So of course, my nosy Bart himself got online and cross matched numbers and done all that. But he seems like a real deal. So I guess we're gonna see at 11, right? Hopefully 11. Sometimes he's a little late. A couple episodes I've listened to, he was a couple minutes behind. He's got some very important things to do. That's very, very busy guy for being in prison.
Well, he probably needs to be.
Yeah.
Because he's basically running a business out of trying to maintain him.
Yeah.
He has things I guess he still has to work on the outside.
Yeah. You guys can go check out Joe Official or JoeExoticOfficial.com. and there's links on there on how you can actually donate to him. You can email him. You can reach out to him. You can literally pay him $100 and he will just give you a phone call to talk on the phone with you. You don't have to have a podcast, just so you all know. If you haven't noticed, up here on our little flyer, we have a hashtag Free Joe Exotic. If you share this episode today or any kind of social media with Joe tagged into it, make sure you use that hashtag Free Joe Exotic. Go on all the, I try not to get too political on here, but all the political people's pages, hashtag Free Joe Exotic. Let's get Joe out of jail. I could really use another season of anything that dude would do.
Oh, I agree.
This is the guy who literally got me through COVID, because I lived by myself
Yes.
at the time. I wasn't with my wife. You couldn't go do anything. You were literally band-aided to your house. So you've sat and rewatched Tiger King about 40 times, and you finally catch all the little details you didn't catch the first 20 when you watched it.
Well,
So,
and it also gave you, not, I don't necessarily know that they're like one-liners, but he has some good just things you could pop off with.
oh, yeah.
That's what was fun about it. And
Yeah.
I was working at Iron County at the time, and some of us, we would watch it at work, but then some of us would be not caught up. So, we watched it multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we'd even rewind, makes me sound old, but we would go back a little bit just to watch a certain part because it was like, oh my gosh, we have to watch this again, So,
Was that back when you had to crane start the Angels?
yeah.
Oh, oh man, yeah. He got us through COVID. One thing I do want to remind everything of, and this is one big thing, I'm sure I'm going to open the floor up to him towards the end of the episode and just let him talk. You guys want to hear him. You don't want to hear us, I'm sure. But I'm going to open the floor up to him. But one thing I do want to remind you all before he gets on the phone with us here, he is in prison. This is his real life. This dude has battled a couple different types of cancer by himself. When Tiger King released, he was actually in solitary. So he fought cancer by himself in like an 8x8 cell and threw up in a sink. So this is this guy's real life. If you guys can help him in any way, if you got a little bit of extra money, you want to help Joe out, feel free. I will post the links on our Facebook page. I feel bad for this guy. I'm sure some people are like, why do you feel bad for him? He committed crimes. Well, I know people that are in prison who probably shouldn't even be in prison. So, it's all about what you watch, the details you dig into. He does have a bunch of evidence on his website that, basically saying why he shouldn't be in jail. And again, I'm sure we're going to get into all that. We got plenty of questions for him, but, make sure you just go out there and share hashtag Free Joe Exotic. Make sure you share his stuff. Get the word out that this dude didn't have much of a life left from what he's been saying. And I think he said that if he gets diagnosed with, or if one of his appeals doesn't work out or something, I think he said he's going to stop treatment and just kind of let nature take its course, which is a very terrible thing to hear. I hate to hear anybody lose their life, but I'm very excited for us to have him on here, and I hope this helps him in some way, even though we don't have a ton of listeners. But I'm excited. We are about 5 minutes away from him calling in, so it's getting real, folks. If you haven't joined in here, make sure you join the episode. We're going to be, again, Facebook Live. We're also recording this. I'll be using this material in our podcast with our commercials from our sponsors. Big thank you to them again. Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen, Twins Barbecue and Grill, Midwest Press Coffee and more, TNT & Co. Moving Services. I got to record some commercials for these guys. Bear with me. I'm still new to the whole commercial scene, so I let Lochie listen to them. She said they were good, so we're going to take her word for it for now. But feel free to roast me. I'm sure my guys at work, if they watch this, I'm sure they'll give me a hell of a time, and I'm so excited.
It's time for a quick commercial break. A huge thank you to our sponsors for making this episode possible. Remember to shop local, support local. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, Tyler here from Midwest Mayhem Podcast. Are you looking for food that hits the spot every time? Well, come on down to Twins Barbecue and Grill in Bonne Terre for their mouth-watering brisket and fall-off-the-bone ribs to their famous pork steaks and fried chicken buffet. Twins is serving up the kind of flavor that makes you feel right at home. The fried chicken buffet is waiting for you daily from 11 to 3 and on Sundays from 11 to 5. And don't sleep in too late, because every Saturday morning, Twins rolls out a hearty breakfast buffet that'll start your weekend off right. Got a big event coming up? Twins has you covered with catering for weddings, parties, and any size celebration. Just give them a call at 573-315-9649. That's Twins Barbecue and Grill, 1024 Highway K in Bonne Terre. Stop by, fill up your plate, and taste what everybody's talking about at Twins. Are you looking for the perfect spot to sip and socialize in downtown Potosi? Midwest Press Coffee Shop is the place to be. Start your morning with a rich espresso, refreshing iced drink, or cozy up with one of their seasonal favorites, all crafted by the best brew crew. But Midwest is more than just coffee. It's a community hub built with music, good vibes, and friendly faces. Every sip supports local events, artists, and neighbors, because they're all about building community and bringing people together. Swing by today and see why Midwest Press is where great coffee meets community. Daily curbside pickup available. Order online at www.midwestpresscoffee.com or visit in person at 214 East High Street, Potosi. Open Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., or Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's Midwest Press Coffee in downtown Potosi. Attention Potosi, there's a new mission in town. Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen. This veteran-owned coffee shop isn't just about caffeine, it's about community. From rich espressos to hearty meals, every order fuels a story. Yours, ours, and the heroes we honor every day. Step inside and you'll find more than just a cup of coffee. You'll find a place where veterans, first responders, and locals come together shoulder to shoulder. So whether you're starting your morning patrol, catching up with friends, or needing that midday refuel, Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen has you covered. Located at 205 East High Street in Potosi, Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen, where service never sleeps and every cup counts. Hey all you rowdy Midwesterners, Tyler here with Midwest Mayhem Podcast. You know what I can't stand? Moving. The boxes, the taping, the heavy lifting. It's the worst. That's why I trust my friends at T&T & Co. Moving Services. Tim and his crew make moving look easy. Local or long distance, big or small, they handle it all with care and professionalism. And they're not just licensed and insured, they're trusted right here in Missouri. So if you got a move coming up, don't stress. Call 573-430-8544, email them today at tntcomoving@yahoo.com, or visit movewithtnt.com for a free quote. Take it from me, moving doesn't have to be a headache when you've got T&T & Co. on your side.
A huge thank you again to our sponsors for supporting this episode. Coming up next, Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, calling in from prison in Fort Worth, Texas.
We got about 1 minute before he gives us a phone call, and I am super nervous.
I am too.
Wow, super. We were just talking about that while we were muted, and Joe was playing his ever so awesome music. I forgot all about that until about, 9 o'clock this morning. I'm like, man, we could definitely play that. So I hope you all enjoyed that. You can go on Spotify and actually pull up his music, and he'll be on there. Yeah, I saw a tiger, Free Joe Exotic, Here Kitty Kitty, Hot Dogs on the Campfire, Because You Love Me. Go give him all a listen. I'm sure he could probably use it. I don't know if he gets royalties off him or not, but something. So he should be giving us a call here in just a second. We're waiting to hear that, and we're gonna be ready. We've got our scripts ready, and yeah, we scripted it because I'm so nervous I'll forget my own name here in just a minute. And it is 11 o'clock. He should be giving us a call here in just a minute. Throughout this recording, you will hear if this is calls from a federal prison, so don't be shocked. Pretty excited about that. So, 11 o'clock. Come on, Joe.
I don't even know. It's like the anticipation. I don't even know what I can't even explain.
I'm excited.
It's like I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I'm shaky. I am very shaky.
My hand, I'm like cold sweats kind of.
Oh, yeah. It's something. Come on, JoJo. Give us a call, and looks like we got a couple people listening. I'm pretty excited for that. Leaving us a couple comments. Looks like somebody said they'd buy a hat. So I definitely got to check into that. Make sure you keep me reminded because I'll forget.
Well, and I do have to, Dawson and Marilyn, I can always count on Marilyn. Marilyn's like my hype girl too.
Yeah.
And she, was talking about how she loved the Joe Exotic era that we had. But Dawson said that, and I'm pretty sure he does. He's got evidence of me saying that I'd work in the garden.
Yeah.
We're in prison. So he made sure to remind me of that.
Yeah.
So,
Just waiting on him to give us a shout here. He might be finishing up an email or some kind of appeal document, or there was a couple minutes, a couple other episodes that he didn't call exactly at 11. So I guess we're going to see if this was the real Joe Exotic. I'm hoping it was. I checked everything. So let's hope old JoJo gives us a call here. I'm excited. Like waiting on a court verdict.
That's what I'm trying to think. What can I? It is maybe kind of anticipation.
Guilty, not guilty.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic with the episode we're going with right now, but hey. Oh.
And then I wonder what he's thinking. Is he thinking, I got to get this finished up because I got to call those people.
I got to call them Missouri people. I got to call them folks up here in Missouri. So he's from Kansas.
Yeah.
He's from Kansas. And then he was a police chief in Texas. And then he opened a zoo in Oklahoma. So it's a very, very weird line to go, I guess.
Very Midwest.
Yeah, very.
So he should be, familiar.
It should fit right up his alley.
Yes.
Oh, let's see here. I'm gonna be really upset if you don't call. I've made myself look like an idiot if you don't. Oh, let's just check the old email just to make sure. Make sure old JoJo didn't email us and tell me he's sick or something. That's the kind of Barton look I have. Yeah, man.
Yeah. We have double the Barton luck.
Oh, yeah, that's even worse. Oh, well, maybe his clock's a little bit behind here.
Oh, here we
are. Here he is.
Call is from a federal prison. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Joe.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. To block, you may begin speaking now.
Joe, are you with us there?
Am.
Hi, Joe. This is Tyler with Midwest Mayhem Podcast. I'm sitting right here with Lochie Barton here on Midwest Mayhem. We're so excited to have you on the show. Welcome.
Hey, you're going to have to get closer to your microphone because I can barely hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you a little better, yeah.
Okay, try that. Is that any better? Can you hear us?
Hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How's life in federal prison going for you? I've listened to a couple episodes you've done with a couple different people, and it doesn't sound the greatest.
It's prison.
Yeah?
Doing the best I can,
Yeah, well, stick with us there, brother. I've watched a lot of your stuff, and we're very supportive of you. We're big supporters here in Missouri. We're so glad to have you here with us, and we got a couple questions to run with you, and then after we get done with some of our stuff, I'm going to open it up for you to just talk and let everybody hear your story. How's that sound?
You can ask anything you want, man.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
Okay.
And that's actually what we love about you.
Yeah, that's our favorite part, because we're not very private people either. We just kind of speak our minds and go on with the flow.
Okay, I can hear you, but you're going to have to repeat what she asked.
Okay. You can't hear her very well. Okay, give me just a second here.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, sweetie, you're like real faded.
Okay, well, we'll just kind of share the mic then. How's that sound?
Can you?
Right.
So can you hear me at all?
Okay, well, so let's go ahead and just take this topic right off the top here. So what are your what's your take on the Tiger King Netflix documentary? Obviously, that's what got us all through COVID, and I know it's your real life. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, Al, I saw it for the first time about a year ago. The lawyers were working on some lawsuits, so the lawyers brought it in on a computer, and I watched the first season. I haven't seen the second season yet, but I watched the first season. But I don't know what everybody's hype was about it, because it was actually pretty disgusting to me. It had nothing to do with helping tigers or saving tigers or teaching people about tigers. It was just an agenda hit piece to make tiger people look crazy so they could pass the Big Cat Safety Act. And that's basically what their agenda was. And the same producer that works with PETA is now made Chimp Crazy, which is the same shit, except now they're trying to pass the Primate Safety Act.
Yeah.
So it was basically just an animal rights hit piece, because I didn't film for Tiger King. A lot of people don't understand that I didn't film for Tiger King. I was already in jail 2 years before Tiger King was made.
And in some of the podcast episodes I've actually listened to, I've listened to quite a few of them that you've done. It sounds like you were in solitary fighting cancer. Is that correct?
I have prostate and lung. Yeah.
Prostate and lung cancer. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That is absolutely terrible. And I truly hope you recover from it. I am so excited for you to get out, and I'm doing everything in my power here in this little small town of Missouri to help get you out. I don't know if that makes you feel any better or not, but
I'm hoping. I mean, I've got, several.
This call is from a federal prison.
I got several connections at the White House, and one of my lawyers is Jerry Jones, the lawyer with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
And he says that there's significant progress with my pardon, so I'm hopeful.
Absolutely, we are too. We are very excited.
All right, Joe.
What was, I don't know what y'all think was about Tiger King, but the thing that disappointed me the most was they tried to make me out to be this mess head, and I was the only one in the whole show with a full set of teeth and wearing clothes. I mean, who the hell interviews a hitman in a bathtub, unless you're really trying to make an agenda to make people look stupid.
Well, and Joe, I'm Lochie. I'm here with Tyler. That you couldn't hear my mic, but you asked us kind of what was our take on the Tiger King. I never really put it in this perspective that you did, because it was complete entertainment for us. At the time I was working with an ambulance district, and that is the entertainment of it got us through. Your what I refer to as your one-liners. But to see that perspective that you gave us this morning, you were right. I mean, it did take that, that course. And so one of the things that we want to talk about, since you mentioned that, you said that perjury played a big role in your conviction. So what exactly was lied about in court?
Now, what was that last part?
So what exactly was lied about in court?
Well, I mean, in season 2, they all admitted to perjury, and then Alan, I don't know, have you watched season 2?
I have not watched season 2. I did season 1, and then I'll be really honest with you.
Yeah, well, season 2, okay, after the feds took Jeff's animals away, and he got evicted from his new zoo that he didn't own, that he claimed he owned, they wanted some payback. So James and Jeff and Lauren and Alan all handed over their cell phones to my attorneys because they were recording the federal agents the entire time. And we have 700 phone recordings now of the federal agents telling them how to manufacture fake text messages and shit in order to convict me. Okay, and then Alan on season 2 takes my lawyers, John Phillips, and the producers of Tiger King to the zoo and shows them in the woods behind the trailer house he lived at, where he hid a murder weapon that him and Jeff's original plan was to kill me to get the zoo.
Now, Joe, I did in fact actually, I watched season 2 of Tiger King, and some of the stuff that they came up with on there, I just kept asking myself, why is this man in prison? They have literally backtracked everything they said in season 1 as to why you're even in jail.
Well, that's the question that we're asking, the White House and the Department of Justice, is how can people get on world television and admit that they lied, and hand over the evidence to prove that they lied, and then admit to conspiracy to commit murder, but not only just conspiracy to commit murder. Keep in mind, I was a gubernatorial candidate as governor during that time, so they were literally going to kill a governor candidate.
Yeah, absolutely, and I do remember that. I actually forgot you had ran for governor. If only you would have won. Maybe you wouldn't be in the position we're in right now, huh?
I think putting my foot in the ring for politics is one of the reasons why I'm here.
Really? You think so?
Because, they don't want somebody normal like me or you to get in
not
the
at
middle
all.
of their corrupt nest, because the ideas that I had to fix things, hell, the ideas that I had to fix things when I run for president would solve so many problems. But that's too easy, and it wouldn't make them money. It would. It's just like, it's just like the federal prison system. Everywhere I've been, there's more drugs behind the fence than there is outside the fence.
Absolutely.
And I would believe that. And Lochie that's sitting here with me is actually a current EMT with our county ambulance district. And I remember hearing you say you were a paramedic
from a federal prison.
You were a paramedic for 30 years?
Now?
Was that a yes?
Oh, you got to repeat that because the phone recording cut you off.
Okay. So Lochie that's sitting here with me is actually a current EMT right now with a local county ambulance district. And I heard in one of your other episodes that you were a paramedic for 30 years?
Started out as a paramedic when I was 18, and then I was, police chief at the age of 19.
Yeah, that is very impressive. Kudos to you, and thank you for all your service. I'm sure you probably don't hear that a lot, but I want to thank you for that. We are very big on first responders and mental health here. But to get back to what we were talking about, so do you feel like the truth has come out? It's starting to come out about some of the hidden stuff that was produced in Tiger King and everything else?
I do. I really do. And, I have my own producers because I have 6 terabytes of never-seen footage.
Oh, wow.
Of what really happened at the zoo. And I have my own producers working on a show right now that should be released sometime around October.
That would be fantastic. I promise you I will be one of the first ones to watch it and share it absolutely everywhere in support of you, my friend.
It's just crazy though. But people think, I shot 5 tigers. I have no problems admitting that, but I had protocols from my vet in the USDA telling me to do that, and my inspector told me to do that. But what happened to me can happen to any one of you, and I'm in here. I've been in here going on 8 years now. And I've met a lot of people, and there's a lot of people in here that shouldn't be in here. But unfortunately, the system is built. This is basically legalized human trafficking.
And that is
it's the same thing with the immigrants that they're detaining.
Yeah.
Why don't they start with the ones that are already in prison and take that off of the load off of the system? And if they're nonviolent drug offenders, why don't they send them back instead of keeping them another 5 or 10 years? Absolutely.
And you're in a medical facility, correct? Is that what I read on your website?
Yeah, I'm at the Federal Medical Center in Fort Worth.
Okay, a medical center in Fort Worth, Texas. Is that like a normal prison, or is that like you have a little bit more free range?
The place that I'm in, Carol thinks that she's got me in a cage. The place that I'm in is kind of like a college campus. It's just behind the fence. There's not sales, there's not bars. We live in dorms.
And Joe, you had said something too about, and this has kind of been my thing, that there are people that are in prison that absolutely don't need to be. Do you think a lot of it does play along with the money you have, the connections you have, and do you think that you've gotten those connections now and are going to be able to, at some point, be free and be back into this world and get your voice heard in the things that have happened to you?
When I walk out of here, if I have to serve my full term, I'm out of here in October of 2030. Okay. But I truly believe Trump will get me out of here sooner than that. But when I get out of here, one of my first goals is to testify in front of Congress about what's really going on in this system, because none of our politicians have a clue. And it's just like the facility that I'm at, and the facility that I was at in North Carolina at Butner. There's people that are so old and so sick that their vegetables, when they take them down for chemo treatments, they have to take the whole bed because they're vegetables.
Well, and that's what I wanted to ask.
Why are we keeping this in prison at a taxpayer's expense?
Well, and that's what I wanted to ask. Do you feel as though you are getting good medical care? Do you feel like that you are going to be able to walk out of there somewhat healthy? I mean, I know the cancers you have are not always a good cancer, but do they take care of you medically?
No. You're just a number. I've watched so many people die in here. It's pathetic from lack of proper care. But as soon as you die, they got someone else at a county jail waiting to come in. So, it's just a number game.
Well, and I hate to hear that, and I hope that your voice gets to be heard, and that this helps someone else, because like you said, you're not the only one that's sitting there in that situation.
This thing beeps, which means it's going to hang up in about 20 seconds. So, hey, I just want to say thanks for having me, and thanks for all your support. And anybody that listens to this, thank you. I send all of my love and respect to everybody around the world. Get on joeexoticofficial.com and look at the evidence link, and all of the videos off of their phones are there, and see.
Well, I think that was the end of our phone call with Joe Exotic. I thought we had a little bit more time, but I guess we didn't. That was pretty neat.
Well, it was neat because, like I said, of course, I was so nervous I couldn't function. But
well, we were having some technical difficulties, so Lochie's mic was not working the way I was hoping it would. So that is my fault. We're gonna get that fixed for our next famous phone call, and that might be in the next 10 years. Who knows?
But I just some points that. And I'm like you, Tyler. We don't need to go political. There's too much of that in this world already.
Absolutely.
But when he did start talking about season 2, I remember starting to watch some of the episodes of season 2, but I didn't finish it. But that's always been my concern with the prison system, because I have family that served time in prison. And I know for a fact she was not taken care of medically, and it isn't fair. And the statement to say that he literally sees people just taken out in a bed, and why have them here and wasting taxpayer money? They're a human being.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things, and not to kind of go off the chart here, but I have gone into the prison to work as an EMT and have to take inmates out.
Yeah.
I don't ask what they've done. I don't care what they've done, because at that moment, they're a human being and I have to take care of them.
And there was a lot of questions we didn't get to ask.
A lot, yeah.
And honestly, we could probably have him back on here at another time. But that was something I was going to ask him. I've heard the one thing I've heard about prison is like the food. I heard the food is like just not edible. Like they feed them stuff that's like out of expiration date that is just not humanly consumable. Excuse me. And like you said, they're human. They're still human beings.
Well, and like I said, I could probably by the end of this get a whole bunch of hate mail. But do we need a system? Yes. And I'm not going to go on here to tell exactly how I feel about some of this stuff, but it is that. Should they sit in a room every single day and think about certain things that they did? Absolutely. Do I think it's right that they have the iPads and all that stuff? You know what? No, but I don't know what I would do for 24 hours a day, sitting in, an 8x8 or 10x10 cell. I don't know what I'd do either. I would need, just because they've done that, you still need that mind stimulation and whatever. You need that.
Absolutely. Now, like the room we're sitting in right now is 9x9. So take it down a foot less, and think about it being straight concrete, no window. There might be a window, but you can't see very much out of it. It's all barred up. And you don't get to control your air conditioning. You don't get to control your heat. If it's hot, you have to deal with it. If it's cold, you have to freeze. The food's just not edible. And on top of it, like in his case, he was in solitary I think he said the first 2 years that he was in prison. So
dying of cancer.
Dying of cancer. And all he had was a toilet and a sink. And he said that he spent the first 2.5, 3 years, whatever it was, in that cell by himself. He didn't get any visitors. He didn't get it. He just didn't get any of it. But he said when Tiger King came out and this guy is blowing up all over the world, Japan, America, everywhere, he literally said that he had no idea. He said guards.
No, go ahead.
He said guards would literally come to his door and be like, "Man, you're Joe Exotic." He goes, "Yeah, I've been here. What's new, man?" Like, he thought he was messing with him.
That takes that question of the timing.
Yeah.
Perfect timing with COVID. We couldn't leave and go anywhere. So what'd we do? Sit and find these crazy series to watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
It was perfect timing for this story to come out.
Oh yeah. And honestly, I don't know that it would have blown up the way it did if it would have been for COVID. Because if I wouldn't have been stuck in my house or at the firehouse and had other things to go do, I can't promise I would have. Like the picture that's on this screen right here, that was actually the first Netflix picture they produced.
Oh yeah.
When they produced it, and I thought, man, I'm not watching that. But
then it's like you see this bleach blonde guy with this crazy mustache and that shirt, and it's like, oh, I have got to watch it.
Maybe I will watch that. Maybe I will watch it. So for those of you that are just now joining us or didn't get to see it, this will be I will produce this later on down the road and throw it back on Netflix. Our Netflix. I'm gonna throw stuff on Netflix. Like we're getting
better get the royalties.
I will throw it back on Facebook. And you guys will be able to go back and watch it. That was Joe Exotic on the line from us. I was so nervous I had no clue what to even ask or follow. I couldn't even read our script half the way.
No.
But we got to talk to him. That's something neat that I've never got to do. And when I first watched this 5 years ago, I never thought, man, I'm gonna have a podcast someday and I'm gonna talk to Joe Exotic just because I'm bored on a Sunday.
But he did have some, I mean, there were some good things that, as far as thought-provoking things that came out of this.
Well,
honestly, I know it was short and wasn't exactly what we were thinking, but there's some thought-provoking things. And that's one of the things that people always say, oh, everybody sitting over in prison thinks they're innocent. Well,
sometimes they might be.
They are.
Yeah. So. It was something, but like you said, we didn't get to do exactly what we wanted to do, but you know what? At the end of the day, I can say I talked to Joe Exotic on the phone. What about you?
In prison.
In prison.
You had a phone call from prison.
On my cell phone. That is pretty neat. I'm going to screenshot that. I'm going to frame it. We're going to put it right here in our podcast stuff, Lochie. But we're going to, we had a good time with it. I had a good time. I was so nervous. It was ungodly.
But I would love to talk to him longer. I really would.
Oh, me too.
Because I think it always is a good thing to get a different perspective because like they always say, there's 3 sides to every story. His, theirs, and the truth.
Yeah.
So
I would love to get, you know what? I think I might message Jeff Lowe and see if we can get him on here. He's not in prison, so maybe he can talk to us a little bit longer. See what his side of the story is, or what do they call that one guy? James Garrison, the real life Chucky doll. Let's see if we can get him on here.
Well, and I loved how he said that about he was the only one on there with teeth.
Yeah, he had the one husband that had what, 3?
Yeah, oh yeah, he was like a can opener.
Yeah. Season 1, he looked like a can opener. Season 2, if you go back and watch it, he has a full set of teeth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wearing a shirt or cowboy hat. I'm like, who is this guy?
Well, and and that's what is so that's funny about that. And because it's supposed to be fun, but think of the memes and the one-liners that we got just from.
Man, I was going to ask him to do one, but we ran out of time, so we definitely got to give him a call back sometime.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? We can talk to that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely going to do that. I think we hit like 4. I think we had 4 whole viewers the whole time we were live with this, so everybody's going to go back and watch this because we're going to share the absolute hell out of it. What do you think?
Okay, absolutely.
But that was Joe Exotic on Midwest Mayhem Podcast with Van Lochie. Another shout out to our sponsors, Twins Barbecue and Grill, Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen, Midwest Press Coffee and more, TNT & Co. Moving Services. You guys sponsored our very first episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Tyler, you are going to play those commercials because they are good. And if nothing else, we can throw them in. Well, you'll throw them in on the podcast.
I'll throw them in on the when we've produced the actual episode.
Yeah, absolutely, because we do appreciate you. Once again, the Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen, Twins Barbecue and Grill, Midwest Press, and then TNT and Company Moving Services. Looks like, 2 out of Potosi, 1 of Bonne Terre, and I'm not familiar where TNT is out of.
I believe TNT is out of Park Hills, Farmington area.
Okay.
I could be wrong in 10. If I got that wrong, brother, feel free to message me and let me know if I got that wrong. You guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Podcastle. The Podcastle link I'll share. But that was the episode with Joe Exotic. And I think if we do another one, I think we're going to open it up for even more businesses to join us and listen in on. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Well, I think we're going to do that. So if you're a local business out there that's watching this, or you know somebody's got one, now that you know I'm not a liar, and we did talk to Joe Exotic on here, you guys can give us a sponsor. I think we're going to open it up to maybe, I don't know, like 4 more. How about that?
Sounds good.
Let's just double it every time.
Absolutely.
But that was the episode with Joe Exotic. Again, he is in prison. The man's fighting lung cancer and
Prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. That's a very big one. Both of them are big. But
Yes.
those are very vicious on the body. And you being in healthcare and some of the people I've talked to and Rain calls on, it's very, very bad and very, very dangerous. But he sounds like he's hanging in there. He sounds like he plans on walking out.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that. And he sounds like he's got another he said his producers are working on a show.
It's going to be out in October, and I'm assuming like in 2 week and a half, whatever, October.
And he's got 6 terabytes of footage that nobody's ever seen. So I'm very excited. How many more one-liners can we come up with? And we've got a podcast to talk about it now. I'm so excited. That's going to be fun.
Well, and I do have to the favorite thing is the one about charting. This is the EMS side, of course, about how you chart, but then it's the one where he goes on and on about, I made this, and I can't say it all, but that's how I actually sound. That's one of my favorite ones.
I think my favorite ones, and I was going to ask him about this, but we ran out of time. In Tiger King, you actually see when the staff, I think the girl's name was, got her arm ripped off. He didn't have a jacket on. He just wearing his, whatever he was wearing. And then, like, the next scene, he comes back, he's got this leather Star of Life jacket on, like he's a full-blown paramedic, which he did say he was for 30 years, so that's something.
And at 18 and then 19, I can't, and see, with Texas, everything's big in Texas. Letting a 19-year-old be a sheriff blows my mind.
I'll have to pull up, and I'll share this on the Facebook page, I'll have to pull up this squad car from when he was a sheriff. It was like I don't remember what year, but I think it was like a Corvette or something with like a big, the old blue rotators. I found a picture of it the other day. I'll have to share it on Facebook.
I think Justin probably needs to order those leather jackets too for wintertime.
Justin Duncan, if you watch this, you just heard that. You've got to order those jackets. Lochie, I think Lochie would rock one. I really do. I think
would wear one.
With her Midwest Mayhem cap, the new uniform, I think. I doubt we can talk to him today. They'll probably think we're dumb, but hey, why not? Again, that was Joe Exotic. He does have cancer. He's trying to pay for lawyer fees to get him out of prison. I will share all his stuff on our Facebook page. He's got a Venmo. I think I Venmo'd him. I think he's got PayPal maybe, but both of those links I'll share. I'll share his website. You guys can go check out all the footage. He's got legal documents. I was reading them the other night. That's some pretty...
Well, and can you...
It's kind of what he said from the podcast I've listened to and stuff on his website. It sounds like he's actually sitting in there on the shooting the tigers.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think that's what they finally got him with. And I'm pretty sure that's how they sold him. Because the murder for hire plot, I don't think that panned out the way they were wanting it to, because there was no proof of him actually giving him the money, and him actually, that Alan Glover guy never went to Florida to actually do it.
Right.
So they couldn't stick him with that. I think when he first got in there, that was a charge. And then I think later on down the road, I think they took it off. I think they took like a year off his sentence or something like that. But I think he's in there on the 5 charges of the shooting the tigers, and he'll openly tell you.
And he did. But he said he had guidelines and did what
they told him to. And like he said, I mean, if he wouldn't have stuck his foot in the ring, and when I watched that, I thought, man, if you wouldn't have put yourself out there, maybe you wouldn't be in prison right now. But I think he's right. I think if he was to be right here with us right now, I think me and him would just have an absolute blast, because I feel like he's probably as outspoken as we are. But he's something else. I was so nervous, but I think next time I won't be as nervous, and we'll get you a better microphone so you can actually talk to him. How about that?
Whatever. Because I definitely think we need to talk to him again.
Absolutely. We'll get him scheduled. Again, thank you to our sponsors. We still got another episode we have to record, so we're gonna jump off here and do that one. I think we're gonna record it kind of like we did this one, because I like this little recording. They can see us, and
I do too.
They can see us live. How about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm one more time though. I do want to. Yeah. I cannot express the thank you to Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen, Twins Barbecue and Grill, Midwest Press, and TNT and Company Moving Services. Please support those local people. You know, they took a chance on supporting Tyler in this endeavor, and that says a lot when you own your own business. So folks, friends, please get out and support them because they are supporting us. And that's how we pay it back, is to support them. Again, Checkpoint Coffee and Cantina Potosi, Twins Barbecue and Grill in Bonne Terre, Midwest Press, Potosi, and then TNT and Company moving out of, we believe, Park Hills.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually talked to Christy Adams, who owned Checkpoint Coffee and Canteen Potosi, and I think I told you this the other day. Adam is a veteran.
He is, yes.
He was in the military. Christy and I got talking, and I think we're going to try to have him on sometime.
Yes.
On the podcast. So.
And he has several different avenues that being in law enforcement, the military, he would be a good person to talk with for sure.
Absolutely. One more thing I want to add. Make sure you listen to episode number 7. After the next episode we record, our mental health episode, I have a very big announcement for Midwest Mayhem Podcast. Actually, I got 2. They're both very interesting, both fantastic news, and I want you all to listen and make sure you hear what's going on with it. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you listen and listen to the episode in very close detail, because there are 2 big announcements coming out. And I think it's going to benefit a couple people, and it's going to benefit our local first responders. So if you're a first responder out there, if you know me, feel free to message me after you hear the episode, and we'll get in contact with you. Other than that was Joe Exotic on Midwest Mayhem Podcast. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Lochie.
And we just had some fun in our very first live stream episode, and we'll be back here hopefully in the next week or so. I'm going to try to put this out, I think Friday is when I'm going to try to produce this episode. Again, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Podcastle, and give that a listen. We're going to throw in the commercials for our fantastic sponsors. I can't thank them enough again. But that was Joe Exotic on Midwest Mayhem. Yes. Until next time, guys, we'll catch you later.